Good morning, afternoon, whatever.
Hello.
So we're here to talk about command. We are on day 11. So this is introducing smart plans. So this is the very basic, this is what a smart plan does. This is how to set one up. And then next week, it'll go into looking at some smart plans that are already created that you can download and use for your customers. So these are set up to create tasks for you basically. So when you log into command, you can kind of see on this shot here, this is what it looks like when you first log into command and you can see your task list. And that's gonna derive from smart plans that you set up for your contacts. So for the first part of this, we're just gonna watch this video and make sure you guys can hear it and see it. Please let me know if not.
Good morning, Challange,
that's
and welcome back to the KW Command 66-day challenge 8.0, and today is day 11. And yet, before we do, I just wanted to show you that yesterday's task that we created on day 10 is now showing up here on our home screen.
There we go.
In our task applet. It is the most recent or next due, if you will, task that we have. So just kind of a call out to yesterday, you can now see that your tasks, as you begin to build them, will show up in your tasks applet, but also in your tasks widget here on the home screen. Let's go ahead and dive into smart plans. That's our fourth icon down. Looks like a little diploma. I'm going to click on that. And before we begin to get into the library or how to edit smart plans, I figured we should create a basic smart plan to look at the actions that can be included in a smart plan, such that way you can evaluate other smart plans in the future. So to create your own smart plan, the first thing you're going to want to do is click on Create in the top right-hand corner. You're going to want to name your smart plan. So this is our KW Command 66-day challenge 8.0 test. And we're even going to put a date. I suggest being as detailed as possible when you name your smart plans. That way it's easy to determine which one applies for which purpose.
And a lot of people will use the dates, especially because you'll be creating, some of your smart plans will be per year, per month. So do make sure that you add in as much detail, like he said.
So I'm going to click on Apply now that we have named our smart plan. If for any reason in the future I want to change that name, I do have that option here at the top. You can see here's that name. I can click on the pencil and change the name. On the screen here, the left-hand side is going to indicate all the actions and or delays we have added to the smart plan. And on the right-hand side, you can see all of our options. So these are all the actions that we could utilize. And then we've got some best practices, tips, and rules for smart plans as well. So as far as the actions go, we can create a task. And it's important to note that this task would be anything other than a call-based task. If you want to have a call-based task, you're most likely going to use this second option. So let's say that this was maybe we're doing a new lead follow-up smart plan. So the first thing we want to do, we're going to create a task and we're going to say verify all contact info. Check to make sure good number, good email address is present. Neighborhood assigned, right? So you're just going to double check and make sure you've got all the information. If you're missing any information, just make note. Maybe you're going to add a tag that says missing phone number, missing email, missing neighborhood, missing address, etc.
So your create task is really like a to-do list that you can use. So smart plans don't have to be automated messages that go out to your clients. It can also just be for you to keep track of tasks with your clients. So that's what he's doing here. This is just a task, a to-do list to pop up on today's task list.
The second task, obviously on the same day, this is all day one, we're going to want to make a call. So we would click on make a call and we'd say follow up with new lead. And we can even utilize this kind of F thing here. This is our merge field that's going to pull data from a variety of places on the contact record. So in this case, we could put contact first name, space, contact last name, space, contact phone number. All right, call your new lead, follow up, follow up, follow up, right? And we're gonna,
So when that shows up, it's gonna look like John Smith, 260-555-5555 on your task name. So right on that front page of command, it's gonna show his name and the phone number. So it's just immediate and you don't have to go digging for it then later.
I want to also send an email,
Quick
right?
question.
And we can put in a subject line for,
Go ahead.
I'm trying to go along with them, but when I click on create task, it's not opening anything up. Like I created one, I just named it March 2024, but when I click on create task, it doesn't. Am I doing something wrong?
We have to drag it over to where it says day one.
Ah, step on this. Okay, I got it now. Now it's open up.
It
Okay.
does look different from the video, so.
And my stuff is on the other side too. but
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
for our email. So let's just say new lead follow-up. This isn't what you would use for the subject line, obviously, but this is the email to your new lead. So depending on what the lead was, you would have an email. Obviously, if it was a Facebook ad, it might directly reference the property. If it was something about a first-time homebuyer seminar, maybe you have a link to all the things they can expect to learn, etc. One thing to note inside of the email action on Smart Plans, you do have the option of choosing an email design. We're going to get to designs later on in the challenge. But there is the opportunity to click on the design type and then you can select the design from your marketing library. Right now, we're going to keep it with simple. Finally, you might include a text. So if you have Twilio connected in the marketplace, right? So this icon up here is the marketplace icon. If you go to the marketplace, you can search for Twilio and subscribe to Twilio. If you have Twilio, you can send an automated text. If you're not using Twilio, you still have the ability to create what's called a text task. So this will fire a task for you to remind you to text your new lead at, and then we can go ahead and put in those merge fields again. So that way, when you get that task, especially if you're on your mobile device, you'll know exactly who to reach out to, follow up. So that all gets done within the first 30 or first 1 day, excuse me, but then maybe you want to do some additional follow-up. So we're going to set a delay of 1 day, and then we're going to call them again. And then let's say we're going to set a delay of 1 more day. So on day 3, we're going to send them another email and a text message. And then we're going to set a delay. And let's say at this point, we're going to go 3 days out and we want to call them again and text them again. And then we're going to set another delay of perhaps.
So this is this is not a lot of delay in between contacts. He's just using this as an example. I should say that.
Absolutely. So you can see how you can begin to stack each one of these actions into a full-on smart plan. The other thing to note is that in the top right-hand corner of your step, it's going to tell you what day you're on. So we started off on day 1. Oops, didn't let me scroll up. Here we go. We started off on day 1. So you can see day 1, created a task to verify their info, make a call, send an email, still day 1, and send a text message, still day 1. Then we put in a delay on day 1 of 1 day, which then pushed us to day 2. Then we just made a call. We put another 1 day delay. So now we're on day 3. We're going to send them an email and a text. Now we're doing a 3-day delay. So we go from day 3 to day 6, so on and so forth. So you can create a smart plan that is as long as 370 days. So you could have a follow-up plan that was a year long, and the delays can be anywhere from one, as long as you want on the delays, right? So you can't do delays back to back, and you can kind of come through in the tips and rules section, sort of learn some more best practices about how to build out these smart plans. The other thing, if you want something that's longer than 370 days, you do have the option of one smart plan adding to a second smart plan. So we're going to talk about some of my favorite smart plans tomorrow, including the monthly neighborhood nurture, quarterly call, etc. But that's a great option to create one smart plan that adds a contact to additional smart plans so that.
So you can create a 30-day smart plan and then have them automatically switch to the 60-day smart plan, to this 90-day smart plan. So you're not having, 30 tasks on one smart plan. I wouldn't recommend that. It'd be harder to go in and edit it if you ever wanted to change it. But you can add them to different smart plans, or after you've done, your open house touches, now I'm going to put them on a quarterly follow-up. So whatever your technique is for follow-up, that's what he's talking about. You can add a different smart plan that you have saved out there.
You're not having to add the contact to several smart plans. You add them to one, and then that smart plan itself adds them to multiple other smart plans as well. So we'll talk about that a little bit more tomorrow when we dive into the smart plan library and some of the ones you already have available to you. But today I just wanted to walk you through the main action steps of any given smart plan and how you would layer those together to build a custom smart plan. This will make more sense tomorrow when we start looking at some actual smart plans that have been previously created. That's it for today, guys. Day 11. Hope you're all having a fantastic day, hopefully enjoying some fall weather, and looking forward to a great weekend. At least we are here in Katy. I'll look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Okay, so if you don't know what we're following along on and how to follow these days, we're doing 66-ish weeks rather than days with Marty Miller. So if you type in the KW command 66-day challenge 8.0 into YouTube, you're gonna find this list of videos. So like he said, we just finished up day 11. Day 12 is gonna show you some of the smart plans that are already created. So when Scott Leroy marketing onboards you, it will create, they put in some smart plans. So if you've gone in and looked at your smart plans, you can see that there's already some in there for you to mess around with. I'm gonna pull up my command here just to give you, so you know what we're looking at. So I have a sample. I have myself set up on a sample smart plan. So you can see in my task list here, I have a couple different things. Feel free to do that. Create a sample contact if you're if you're somebody that just wants to make sure it looks okay, like I am before it goes out. And then if I come into my smart plans here, you can see that I've played with a couple things on this first part of the list, but you'll have a couple of them down here that have already been added into your smart plans. So do you guys both see smart plans already in there when you go into smart plans?
Yes.
Okay, how do I,
If you're just smart plans, my smart plans.
let me go back.
Sorry, I don't want to stop you from what you were doing.
Oh, no, I'm just slow, so just give me a second here. Oh, I see. So I have my 6 month, my monthly call, my promote, yeah, there's a lot in here.
Perfect, good. I wanted to make sure that you guys saw there. 'Cause I could holler at Scott if not. So next week, we'll dive into this library. So there is just thousands and thousands of smart plans already in there. A lot of them are similar to the ones that are already uploaded into your smart plans. So what I would do this week is take a look through the ones that are already here. Especially like the open house one is a great one. My home anniversary, that's a newer field in your contacts. So it can be set up for somebody's home anniversary, just so you can touch base with them. Doesn't have to be a phone call. Like I said, however your follow-up works, you can kind of finagle it to work with whatever you want, whether that's mail, text, call, and it kind of, I'm sure, varies client to client. So don't feel like if I don't make a phone call, it's not going to happen because this customer likes to get text messages instead. Like, as long as you're doing your touch base, that's the important part. But if you guys want to dig into those a little bit, for the next week, and then was his instructions like pretty clear, just like the basics? You're welcome to obviously rewatch it as many times as you want. I'm kind of following along with him, with you guys.
Yeah, I think it was good.
And it didn't really match up because it seemed to function differently than what was in the video.
So mine does a drag and drop.
Yeah, that's what ours was doing
Okay.
too.
Yep, that's the difference I noticed. Mine, I drag and drop the tasks rather than just click and they add. So I'm sure that if I went looking, that's probably a note on his, some of
So-
the stuff will have reported back.
So just to make sure I'm understanding, so like for instance, on the my home anniversary one, so in my contacts, as long as I put their date of their anniversary when they bought their home, and then I add them to this my anniversary smart plan, I'll get like a reminder that it's their 1 year anniversary or whatever.
Yep, it'll show up right on your home screen, right on this little task list. You'll see it pop up here. So in your contacts, I think that's a field that you open up further. It's
Okay,
one of the new ones.
and
So-
then I get birthdays in there and
Yep, the birthday, it's in the about, so the birthdays and then the home anniversary. And then with the smart plan, you're gonna be able to see here and follow along anything that might have happened. So like, I don't have my, this is my sample one, so I don't have my Twilio set up. So it's messaged me and said, hey, this was undeliverable. It'll do the same for emails, and that way you can kind of keep track of whose stuff is popping back maybe. But there's, you can see just client by client what the like I have myself signed up for a bunch of them just because I'm making sure smart plans are doing what they're supposed to do. And then I can add somebody to a smart plan here if I want to. And I know this will probably be one of his days, but if I want to add multiple people to smart plans, I can do that too. And add to smart plan if I click them. So once you get your smart plan set up, once you get your contacts, that first thing that he put on there was just a note to update your contacts. That's a great thing to do, especially right now, is to just sit down and go over your who you have in your contacts or add people in that maybe aren't on your list right now. That's going to be just a big piece moving into, Q2, Q3. Just wanting to stay ahead of your clients and be on top of mind for them as the weather starts to get nice, especially. So I highly recommend that. Some of his first videos that he did were all about contacts. So even though you know how to add a contact in, some of the stuff might be a refresher, but it's good because he goes into each and every field. One of the other things, only because I noticed this while I was looking at things today. I don't want to embarrass anybody, but so I can see anybody that's updated their marketing profile. So I can see one of the videos that he does, I think it's day 1. So Tiffany, you have yours updated, but you maybe do a check-in. So in your settings, like here's my name right up here at the top right. In my settings, this is actually where your Twilio is as well. So if you haven't attached your social media, that's right there under your settings. And then I can go to connect marketing profile. here's what's driving to your app and your website. So Jesse, you can update that, get your picture uploaded on there, and
Okay.
then your about me, and that'll show up on those two things then.
What is Twilio? I'm sorry.
Twilio is the text system that you can use. So you get quite a few text messages. It's like $3 for 500 text messages. So that allows Command to send those for you. So as he goes through these smart plans, we'll probably do 2 weeks next Monday on this one. You can literally type out like, hey, John Smith, it was great to see you at the open house. Have you checked out another address? And it'll send that text for you, and it'll be from you. So you're not just sitting there typing out text messages to, you know, the 10 people that came to your open house or whatever it might be. It'll send that text message for you. Or if you're just doing happy spring, something like that, to all of your contacts. It'll just send it out to everybody.
Okay. Full transparency, because of my regular full-time job, I mean, I've done a lot of deals. I just haven't had a lot of time to really, like, I use Command for my opportunities and my contacts and stuff like that. I haven't had an opportunity to really dig into, you know, a lot of the
Sure.
cool functionality of it. But I am retiring on the 29th.
I saw that.
Yeah, so so I'm like a brand new person, even though I've done lots of deals and I've been doing this for a while, but I'm like brand new to some.
No, that's what this is for. This truly, so I would go back to day 1 on that YouTube, the 66-day challenge, and just watch it through, because he really starts at the beginning when it comes to just using Command outside of opportunities.
Okay, I definitely will. I mean, I'm so looking forward to being able to take advantage of all of this training information that like I said, I've been doing well, but I just I just haven't had time to dig into this kind of stuff because of my day job. So like right now, I'm on my lunch break doing this. So
Yep. Brian and I are here. I think both of you are working with Brian. So Brian and I are here whenever you need me. Feel free to reach out with whatever you got. Send me a
Okay.
picture of what your screen's doing and we'll figure it out.
Right.
Any other questions, guys?
Nope, not for me.
I don't have any.
All righty. Well, like I said, reach out to Brian or I. Usually one of us knows the answer with something. I'm usually one side of things and he's the other, so it works out well. So have a great Monday, guys, and take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you. Bye.
Bye.